Well, Heidi Ho, how are you? I think this is the latest I have ever come on in over a year of doing these coffee chats. This is by far the latest I've come on. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and that just goes to show the type of day I'm having. So if you see me live, or even if you see me on the replay, please join me, grab a beverage and a seat, because there's something I really want to tell you about. So right now I am doing an orange spice tea. It's really yummy. It's orange and cinnamon, super delicious, but it's also super duper hot. So I am going to let it cool a moment while you get situated and then come back. So why is it that I'm coming on so late? Great question. I would love to tell you. So I have a question for you first. Do you have a tendency to overschedule yourself? And when you do, and you are totally and completely exhausted, do you push through? So that is me. That is my life. That has been my life for decades. I was like, I can certainly do this. It's not overscheduled. I have space. I have enough time to get to everything, to do everything. I got up before 6 a.m. so that I could throw on my clothes and meet a friend and go for a walk. She's about a little over a half an hour away is where we meet with our dogs, and we go walking. And we don't do it. If we're lucky, we get to do it once a week. I absolutely treasure my time with her. And so I got up early. I answered a few questions from friends afterwards, and then got on the road and came back in enough time to talk to a painter that had painted my house, that had come back because the rust that he was supposed to take care of on my back door in my basement was back. And I was like, I don't understand. So he was coming out to take a look at it and see if he could fix it. And so I met him back here. Meanwhile, by the time I got back and fed Duncan and let him out, the tile guy was already here working on my master bathroom. And he needed me to have a conversation, but he could get some work done while I talked to the painter, and then could have a conversation with him. And talking with the painter, I learned that I'm going to need to replace that door. Great, just what I wanted to hear, that it had rotted from the outside in, and the rust had eaten away too much at the door. He said I could make it look nice on the inside, but it's just going to continue to come through, and I could fix the outside, but it would only really buy you like another month. So I am now going to come back next week and find and buy a door for my basement. Yay, right? That's how my day started. Have you ever started your day like that? I was like, well, I appreciate you for coming out. I appreciate you for fixing the inside of the door, even though this door is now going to be replaced. And I went up and talked to the contractor. Got that all squared away, came down, made breakfast, quickly changed clothes, made my lunch, and made a cup of coffee and ran out the door. Not walked out, ran out the door with all this stuff in my hands. I had an appointment, did that. I was just going to go to my friend's house from that appointment, but I felt compelled to come back and check in at the house before I did that. So I ran into the house. I had a conversation with and checked on the tile guy. I let the dog out, grabbed my salad that I had made, jumped in the car and ran to my friend's house and ate the salad at her house as we were playing Mahjong today. And afterwards, I could have just gotten up and left, and I just didn't feel like it. I was tired, but I really wanted to chat, and so I stayed a little longer than I normally would have. Got back here late, chatted with the tile guy because he was still here, and realized that I had less than an hour to eat, empty the dishwasher, pack. I I had issues that I need to resolve before contractors come tomorrow. There was a whole bunch. And I was making my dinner. Have you done this? I turned the barbecue on, come in, I have pork chops, I'm seasoning the pork chops, I'm talking to John, like this, as I'm seasoning the pork chops, and I go to take it out, and I have it all like balanced with more seasonings, and then I get to the door, I'm like, well, shit, how the hell am I going to open the door? And I went to try and open the door, and the meat fell on the floor. Now, realize I've not had my house clean in a month because I've had contractors in. There's so much dust and dirt and dog fur on the floor. There's no way I'm just going to blow and stick it on the grill. Normally I would do that. No siree, Bob. So I cussed and swore and told my husband that I would have to call him back, and cleaned up the meat, re-seasoned it, put it on the grill. And right there and then, I made a decision. I have swing dance class tonight. I love swing dance class. I am too tired. I am too stressed. There are too many things on my list. Could I eat real quick, jump in the car, go to class, get home at 8:30, feed Duncan, and stay up until, I don't know, 11 o'clock or so, getting ready for tomorrow? Sure, I could do that. At what cost? I'm tired. And as much as I enjoy the people and swing dancing, I love it. It lights me up. The stress of, oh my God, I have so much to do when I get home. How quick can I get home? Is there stuff that I can get done? How can I double duty this? Would have been weighing on my mind to the point where I don't think I would have really enjoyed going to swing dance class tonight anyway. But it's hard for me to cancel. I could do it. But would I enjoy it? And how stressed am I going to be when I get back? And how tired am I going to be that it's going to take me 6 times longer to do all the stuff than if I just cancel? And as much as I want to go, that's what I decided to do. I decided that my sanity was worth more. So I decided to not go to swing dance class. That way I could have a conversation with you. I could do my Duolingo. I could empty the dishwasher. I could do all the things. Is that a good decision? It was for me, because I had put so much in my day. It was all good things. I love walking with my friend. I love playing mahjong. I love the appointment that I had middle of the day. I am grateful that I was here to talk to the contractors. I'm grateful the contractors showed up. It was a good day. It was just really full. And I started beating myself up. You ever do that? I started thinking, what the hell's wrong with me? I used to do all of this and a shit ton more. I used to be able to work outside the home in addition to all of this stuff. Deal with kids in addition to all this stuff. And keep going. Work out, all of it. Can't do it. Now, I have a choice. I can beat myself up like, get your shit together, girl. Why are you so tired? You shouldn't be so tired. Doesn't negate the fact that I'm tired. It's not going to take you that long, Aim. You're thinking about it. You're overthinking it. All true. All 100% true. And I still decided to cancel. Now, a previous version of me, I would have done it. I would have been like, I signed up for it. I'm in town. I'm going to do this. And when I get home, I'll deal with Duncan. I'll do this other stuff. Even if I have to stay up until midnight, I will get it all done. And I will sleep in a little bit tomorrow. And I will be ready for the day tomorrow by staying up really late tonight. Didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that way anymore. I've done that way for decades. I've been up until like 2 a.m. getting ready for the next day. Because you know what? For me, it's better to be totally ready for the next day than to attempt to go to sleep thinking about all the things that I have to make sure I do before I leave town. Yeah. Because my contractors are coming back tomorrow morning. They're going to need to have conversations. There are discussions that need to take place. That's going to take some time. I have a friend that is in town that I haven't seen in years, and I want to see her. I want to see her more than I want to do swing dancing. That's just what it boils down to. And in order for me to see her and be present and not thinking about all the things that I need to do and all the things I need to organize and get in place. I need to change the bed in the morning and do the laundry because I have a dog sitter coming over. And we are using the 1 bedroom and bathroom that is currently working. And so that requires additional work for me before I leave. And if I have to pack or I have to, it just doesn't work for me. I don't want to be up. I don't want to go to sleep at a normal hour and then say, I'll just make it work tomorrow and then be a crazy lunatic and stressed out in the morning. That's not a good way to start my trip. Been there, done that, got that t-shirt, that's for sure. Have you ever been like, oh, I'm just too tired. I'll just do it in the morning. And you go to sleep and then that really makes your day frenzied because you're trying to cram more stuff in a day than you can do. Yeah, been there. So I gave myself permission to say no. I gave myself permission to slow down. I gave myself permission to be tired and to reorganize my evening a little bit differently than I had anticipated. Not something that I'm good at. I like to get a lot done, and I don't feel like I overcommitted. I just am too tired to be able to process everything and get things done the way I would like to and be able to get a decent night's sleep. So there you go. Let me know if you've ever done this. Do you cram? Sometimes I don't even cram so much in a day. Sometimes things just get added into my day that make it busier, fuller. Yes? Can you relate? Yes? And then you get to the point and you're so exhausted that you can't even enjoy fill in the blank. Can't even enjoy swing dance class. You can't even enjoy reading your kids a book because you're literally falling asleep as you're reading it. Thank God you've read it to them so often that you could actually do it with your eyes closed. Because that is what you're doing. I actually did that, now that I'm thinking about it, I would do that and my girls would nudge me and say, Mom, open your eyes, wake up. As I was reading them a story, because I was just too tired. I was. And I would get up from doing that, I'd give them a kiss goodnight, and then I'd come down, I'd deal with the dogs, and I would clean up the kitchen, and then I would attempt to work out. And there were some days that I would fall asleep on the floor trying to do sit-ups. Just crazy. I can squeeze in a workout. It doesn't matter that it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I can do this. I'm Superwoman. Why? Why am I doing that? I don't need to. I don't want to anymore. So I made an uncomfortable and unfamiliar decision and let myself off the hook and say, it's okay. Amy, it's okay. You'll make up that class when you get back. It'll all be all right. You'll see. Let me know how you manage your day, how you deal with very full days when your energy starts to dissipate and you don't feel like you really have the energy to do the things that you have left on your to-do list. I understand if it's something that you can't get out of. Maybe it's a meeting that you've scheduled, or maybe it's even that you can reschedule. You can, maybe it's a back to school night and you're really too tired and you don't want to go. And your hubby's not around, your spouse, your significant other isn't around to go and then just fill you in. Or you really do want to talk to the teachers, you're just tired and don't want to go, and then you end up having to go anyway. I've been there. I've done that. But this isn't that. And even that, you can have a choice. If I really was too tired, think of it this way. This is how I have to really put it in perspective. If I was sick, could I get the information from someone else? Could I call the teacher and schedule an appointment with that teacher? Could I make up that class? Could I reach out to somebody and get what I missed? Can I, whatever it is, can you reschedule it? Chances are you can. You were going to go line dancing with a friend and now you're just too tired. You can be in your jammies and just have a conversation with them when they get back from line dancing. Be true to you, my friend. Listen to your body and don't make your body break down in order to listen to it. And that's really where I'm at. I've had too many days of very full days that what ends up happening is my immune system ends up getting compromised, and then I don't feel good. I get a scratchy throat, or I don't typically get sick, but I don't feel so good. And then nothing gets done, right? When you're not feeling well and you have to take a day off of work, or you have to cancel all your plans because you just feel like dog poop in a can. Yeah. Been there, done that. I don't want to get to that point. So I made the decision now. And I'm giving you permission to do the same. Nowhere is it written that we need to be superhuman. And most of the things that we plan can be rescheduled. And even though I'm going to miss the people and the excitement and the fun tonight, I got a little bit of FOMO, sure. I'm going to be feeling a lot better tomorrow when I get to bed at a decent hour and still got everything done. And I don't start my day tomorrow frenzied, running, feeling like I have too much to get done in too short a period before I leave. Because I leave on a plane. I have to physically, that is something I can't change, right? I guess I could. But my daughter is waiting for me. And so, yeah, that is not something that's too easy to change. And I don't want to be all frenzied as I leave. This will set me up for success, this decision. What decision can you make that will set you up for a smoother, happier, less stressful day tomorrow?